So when we talk about the big AI race, what comes to mind? Probably things like processing power, right? Massive data sets, complex algorithms. But what if I told you the real weapon, the thing that could tip the scales, isn't the tech itself, but its price? Yeah, a new kind of strategic challenge is popping up, and honestly, it could change the entire game. Let's get into it and see what's really at stake here.
Okay, so I was reading this story the other day and it really caught my eye. It's about this new Chinese AI model called Kimi K2. And get this, it's supposedly on par with what we'd expect from something like GPT-5. But here's the crazy part. It's free. Totally, completely free. This isn't some what-if scenario, you guys. This is happening right now, coming out of China.
And that, right there, leads us to the big question we're going to unpack today. Is this just, a company being super aggressive with its business model, or is this something else entirely? A strategic weapon, maybe, a calculated move in a much bigger game? All right, to really get what's going on, we got to look at the money, the economics of the whole AI business, because what we're seeing is a major clash of two totally different ways of thinking about it. I mean, just think about the kind of cash we're talking about here. It's mind-boggling. Companies in the West, your Googles, your Microsofts, your OpenAIs, they have pumped billions with a B into R&D. They've built these gigantic data centers, they've hired the smartest people on the planet. So obviously, they need to make that money back, right? They're running a business after all.
So here's the core of the conflict, plain and simple. You've got the Western model on one side. We spent a fortune building this amazing tech, so you've got to pay us through subscriptions or API access so we can, stay in business. Makes sense. But then, on the other side, you've got this challenger model, and it's brutal. It's, hey, we'll give you something just as good, maybe even better, for nothing. It's like they're just pulling the rug right out from under the entire Western business strategy.
And this really puts it all into perspective. Just stop and think about it for a second. Would we even have companies like Apple, Google, or Microsoft today if, back when they were just starting out, some other huge entity was just giving away the exact same technology for free? I mean, probably not, right? It's a pretty heavy thought.
Okay, so let's zoom out. How does this all fit into the bigger picture? Well, a lot of analysts are saying this isn't just some clever business move. No, they think it's a calculated national-level strategy. They even have a name for it, the market flood strategy.
So what is market flooding? It's actually a pretty classic playbook when you think about it. The idea is to just saturate the market. You dump tons of a really high-quality product out there for super cheap, or in this case, for free. And what happens? Your competitors just can't keep up. They can't make any money, the profit margins vanish, and poof, eventually they do too.
And look, this isn't just some academic theory. The real concern here is that this is the actual goal. The idea being, if the Chinese government can flood the world market with top-notch AI that costs nothing, they could literally drive American companies right out of business. By making it impossible for anyone else to make a profit, China could end up being the only player left in the game.
When you lay it out, the playbook is, well, it's pretty simple and pretty brutal. Step 1, build AI that's just as good as anyone else's, world-class stuff. Step 2, release it for free. Weaponize the price tag. Step 3, sit back and watch as Western companies' profits just evaporate. Step 4, as they bleed money, they're driven out of the market one by one. And the final step, Step 5, you achieve total global dominance. Simple as that.
So you can see how this puts Western companies and their governments in a really, really tough spot. It's a super uncomfortable, complex problem. And honestly, there are no easy answers. It's a real paradox.
So the question becomes, what do you do, right? If you're a leader in the West, what are your moves here? What can you possibly do to counter this? Let's walk through the options, because, spoiler alert, there aren't many good ones.
This right here shows you the catch-22 they're in. Okay, so look at option 1. You could try to ban or tax the Chinese AI, to protect your own companies. But what happens? Well, your own people end up paying way more for the same tech, while the rest of the world gets the free version from China. Not great. Okay, option 2, you just let them compete freely. What's the consequence there? Well, your companies probably go bankrupt because, how do you compete with free? And notice the outcome column for both? Yeah, China dominates.
And the problem is even trickier than it looks. It's got all these layers. Like, even if you wanted to ban these models, how? How do you stop some smart person from just downloading a powerful open source model and running it on their own laptop? It's almost impossible. Plus, a ban in the US or Europe does absolutely nothing to stop China from winning over huge markets in the rest of the world, Asia, Africa, South America.
It really feels like no matter which path you choose, you end up in the exact same place, a world where China is leading the charge on AI.
So that leaves us with one final, kind of unsettling thought. For years, all the talk has been about who has the most powerful model, who has the biggest dataset, the fastest chips. But maybe we've all been looking at the wrong thing. What if the most disruptive, the most powerful piece of tech in this entire global race is just a price tag? A price tag that says 0.